Good morning, everybody. It's a lovely Wednesday morning. When I say lovely, I mean overcast and wintry and probably cold outside. I haven't checked. Wait a minute. What is the weather like outside? I have no idea. It's just 13 degrees is the, oh no, it's 12 degrees out of 13 today. So yeah, we're going to be in the depths of winter, which means that this room of the house is almost certainly going to be warmer than would otherwise be the case. Just taking my breakfast dishes away because they're underfoot. And so yeah, just doing a quick little bit of rearranging. of the microphone set up. Get that cord out of there. Sorry about the noise. Been under the gun all morning. Let's get you around the side. Okay. That'll just have to do for the moment. Okay, so as you can probably see by the position of my microphone not being quite so awkwardly placed to hit my joystick, yes, I've got that desk mount thingy for my boom arm. First thing I did when it arrived from Amazon yesterday was screwed it to the top of the bench, to the top of my desktop, and then went have at you and adjusted things and so forth. So yeah, you probably hear that there's not quite as much hum and hiss and so forth from the PC coming through the microphone as there was previously. And so yeah. Anyway, today's schedule. So I've gone and done something a little rash. I have created a squadron, basically starting off with just for me and close associates like my middle child and his bestie to rampage around and so forth in, but obviously if you want to join and you've got bad ideas and intentions for mild explosions of the self-inflicted variety or other potential disasters, hey, we'd love to hear from you. And today, what the hell, we'll just go into open. Today, it's grinding faction rank for the Hutton Truckers Cooperative. Because, hey, who knew you needed to be allied with them before you could, for want of a better word, pledge your faction, your squadron to them. So that's what we're doing. Just basically, just doing this. So I've moved everything across to this out-of-the-way little station, which apparently has quite a lot of stuff. So let's see what they've got for the... I might as well just show you the... Let's show you the... So the confused squirrels. We have no plan, but we're going there fast. Are you tired of spreadsheets? Annoyed with all those strategic visions? Join a squadron where our navigation is blind at best, our choices are questionable, and our primary flight direction is somewhere sort of that other way. Sign up today, avoid all responsibility for it tomorrow. Random self-explosions and the occasional TPK are always welcome. So yep, I've just started that up. Like literally, the paint's still fresh, and the wheels squeak when you turn corners sharply. So yeah, there you go. And obviously, we want to set the faction up so that it is the Hutton Orbital Trackers, and we'll try and work out what happens after that. Probably more of the same, I would assume. Okay. And it's going to be a little bit, what's what I'm looking for? Distraction, distracting for me personally because, oh, hang on, cool, bonus, accept that one, because I can't hear the gameplay in my headset at the moment. I've made no changes to anything to so forth, so I'm not hearing it. I'm hearing me lots, but I'm not actually hearing the gameplay at all. But that being said, can confirm that the gameplay audio is being streamed out. I just can't hear it. So what are you going to do? I'll probably fix that up later. And then I'll make notes as to what my system settings should be so that I can hear things again that way. Let's get these two done. Okay, let's have a look at what the transport missions are like. What have we got here? Spend. Okay, you'll grab that. so poor old Greybeard Gamerdad here is my alt, and is very much the alt that I have not been paying a lot of attention to. So his overall stats, well, as you can see, fairly underwhelming. So we'll need to do something about that. And let's just get the boogie out of here. I think I have one more. Okay, let's block it. Okay, so it's on virtual audio, right. So and still can't hear a thing. Okay. I'll just have to, I don't know, crank the speakers in the background and hope for the best that way. So, right.
You are clear of the station. Flight control out.
What the devil?
Frameshift drive charging.
Nope, can't work out what's wrong with my audio. It'll come to us later.
Incoming mission critical message.
I know I can't hear part of it. Let's just...
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Right. Well, at least now I can hear things in the background. Might have a tiny bit of double audio in the stream and so forth, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now I'm not audiologically.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, get back to what I was looking at here. What's that time bonus? Epsilon Ludani Partners. So it looks like I'm popular this morning. Right. Okay. Oh, I've got to land on this thing. Right, hook around There we go. Okay, looks like I'm not running into any sort of hostile activity. At least. Yeah. Oh. Dark side.
Orbital flight engaged.
That's no dramas at all, I can. I can do this quickly enough. And so yeah, so almost certainly going to be a bonus stream about 12 hours from now, doing the switch over to night shift. So this will be the first time that I've actually done a stream during the nighttime hours here in Melbourne, so try and work out a reasonable thing to do and so forth. Hopefully by then all my faction wrap and so forth with the truckers will be sufficient to get me up into Allied spot, and I'm a little bit concerned there. I would have thought there'd be a brand new community goal by now, just to make a proper entrance to the upcoming operations update. So far there's been nothing, so yeah, I'm just curious about that, but we'll see how things are going there. That's local services.
Hello, Commander. We are happy to have you.
Mission build, da-da-do-do-do. And we'll go the rep. Nice. Go. Right, rumble and move. There we go.
Your clear support. Operation out.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
So yeah, streaming after dark, making the move over to night shift for the first time since February. So I was diagnosed with diabetes in pretty much the first week of March. And obviously, I did ask for just to be able to just stay on afternoon shifts until. Go away. Go require. Just not in the mood to muck about with you. Oh, there you are, right there in front of me. Right. Who's... Oh, okay, right, you want to die. Rookie mistake, rookie mistake.
Incoming mission critical message. Warning. Thermal attack. Gaining heat. Under attack. Shields offline.
Okay, yeah, I'm not taking an anaconda on in this thing. Nope, 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 nope.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, no, I'm. No, if I was in my main character and I had my Kestrel, then sure, certainly I'd take you on.
Shields online.
But I choose life in this instance. No way am I going to take on that. And this is a completely unengineered. This is a barely rated Cobra Mark V. I mean, my combat skills are not that good. So we saved one sensible decision from being jettisoned out the airlock, so it would seem. Anyway, as I was rabbiting on and so forth about night shifts and the like, so yeah,
Commander, please fly safely during arrival and departure.
I basically asked them to let me
Permission authorized. Clear to
let me
landing
have
on
a good solid dose of afternoon shifts while I got everything
You may now hand over control.
done and dusted as far as medications and stabilizing and getting used to things and stuff like that. And then, the afternoon shifts went on and on and on, and then here we are, like 3 months later, and I'm finally getting some night shifts. I like my night shifts. They're interesting. The type of people that call our office up of a very early Thursday night, Friday morning sort of thing, just
Landing.
especially every second Thursday. They are a special breed of people.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome, Commander.
Influence? Yeah, okay, we'll go that too. Whoops. See? The alt character is so incredibly new that I don't even have any favourite bookmarks set. What have I got? What the hell was it doing out there? What is this? Enter's Legacy. Where is that? What is that? Well, it's only 25 light years away. And I've obviously been there. I have no idea. I have to go back there and refresh my memory, but not yet. Right. Anyway, so yeah. Just going. Here's to another shift of night shifts. Here's to the first, I don't know what you can call it, Greybeard After Dark. Greybeard's Witching Hour. Greybeard Grumpy by Dawn. I will have been awake for, let's see. Yeah, who knows? Tonight's stream might have me falling asleep and falling face first into this microphone here and so forth. So, you know, unexpected yucks there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Or maybe tonight this won't hold coffee. This might hold something a little bit more exciting and spicy than that. Who knows? I haven't decided yet.
3, 2, 1.
And obviously Friday's stream will be going ahead as regularly scheduled. Just be me being less bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and more and sounding like a walker from the from the Walker Dead, with less readily apparent cognitive ability. Okay, let's go. And, oh no, we've no chance at all of getting the stream completely free of loops of shame, because what do you know, the first... Though in my defense, that wasn't... Oh yes, it was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. Could have blamed it on the pirate, didn't. I own my mistakes. So I'm holding out a sliver of hope that there will be a community goal, but I just don't know if it's going to actually. And there's another loop of shame. What do you know? I got distracted again. I don't know if it's going to. I've completely lost my train of thought. Extraneous windows.
Romeo Echo. Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area. Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 3-4. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
Made the interesting decision to throw some of my regular characters' log files into Gemini AI and just tell it to create something of a log, a personal log recording from my co-pilot who is put together a human-readable recreation of the offence following by the current journals, have it written from the viewpoint of a jaded and mildly sarcastic co-pilot who is counting the days until they can finally retire. Their opinion of the commander is that he means well, but maybe isn't as good as his reputation claims.
Contact clear to disembark. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
And I'll say this, for all that it's all of the misgivings and so forth a lot of people have about AI, and I'll admit I'm not a huge fan of it just because it's just woefully inefficient from a resources point of view. Yeah, but I like this para. He likes to check his statistics when he logs on, probably to remind himself that he's elite. A trader and explorer. Personally, I look at the balance sheet and see a different story. The man has a current wealth, net wealth of over 25 billion credits. Great, right? But then you look at the subtext. 66 insurance claims. 66! He spent over 101 million credits just on rebuys. If that doesn't say I mean well, but my steering needs work, I don't know what does. He's also apparently highly decorated with the Hutton orbital truckers, which basically means he excels at flying in a straight line for an hour and a half to buy a mug. Impressive. I love that paragraph. That right now we're sitting out in Smeaton Orbital, a massive Bernal sphere parked in an agonizing 1.8 million light seconds away from the system's primary star. Why are we here? Don't ask me. The system is a state of low security, and two local factions, the Movement for LTT 9360 Partnership and Purple Life Incorporated, are actively having a civil war right outside our window. Perfect place to park a completely defenseless brick. Commander, brilliant. And then, journey of a pack rat. The cargo manifest just updated. I swear this ship isn't a trading vessel, it's a flying flea market. 76 tons of cargo filled, but instead of hurling high-value polymers or gold, we're carrying exactly one of everything across the known galaxy. A single Jadhara puzzle piece, one unit of giant Illaricuma snails, a stray bottle of Lavian brandy, one single eponymous egg, and even something called leathery eggs, which I'm 90% sure is going to hatch and eat my face before my retirement date. It's likely he's trying to build a museum of rare junk or hoping to throw the weirdest cocktail party in the black. Meanwhile, our ship locker is stuffed with enough micro thrusters, electrical fuses, and ion batteries to build a small army of malfunctioning domestic droids. Oh, fun and games, everybody. Fun and games. Okay. Yeah, so all is quiet on every other front, however, so let's just get back to where we were. Yeah, I'll take that one, thank you. So I gotta admit, I do like zipping around in the alts because I'm not limiting myself with things like no SCO and no buying fuel and none of this and none of that. No, I'm footloose and fancy free and grinding rep. So okay, maybe I've just swapped one grind for another. Hey, so that's what I keep telling myself.
Frameshift drive charging.
You are clear of the station. Until next time, Commander.
4, 3, 2.
Did I take? Yes, I did take that. Yeah, of course. Okay, so also may. What's this? Time bonus. I'll get there in 90 minutes.
Right. Disengage.
Get there in 3. Oh, there's a crow outside. What are you doing? Right there in front of me. Hey! Lordy, lordy. No, that's not him. Sorry, just trying to Just keeping an eye out for that hideously larger than me dangerous anaconda.
Docking request granted.
He was after me.
Docking successful.
I was very surprised by that development. And I'll take the red.
Incoming message.
Okay, cool. Not really fun, but I suppose it's noteworthy enough. And let's get over to here.
Retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, so what's happened next? Okay, so the station's now green behind me. Hey,
4, 3, 2, 1.
right, here we go. Jump behind the star.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
still can't get over that that write-up of my journal files.
3, 2.
So, as we go forward and build up the rank, and build up the rep rather. Okay.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, can I nail this? Can I stick the landing on this one as well? Let's go, let's go. No, just a little bit too early on that. Well, at least there's no loop of shame. And no mission critical messages that have been dropped in my lap telling me, yeah, get there within the next 3 seconds and you get 50 credits bonus, yay. Or that there's a fleet of anacondas all looking to turn you into a hood ornament. Okay, this. Oh no, there's the hood ornament, hunters. Where are you? I think that's him. No, it's not. What is the name of this knucklehead? Matthias Holm. Right. Ah, there he is. Come on, you sod. This. Where are you? Bye-bye.
Incoming mission critical message. Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Well, that was fun. Now let's try and get into the proper frame of reference to dock with this particular station. Where? There you are, right there at the front. And it's another rinky-dink little orbital. Hello, Mr. Outpost.
Docking request granted. Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right. Let's get this. Right, let's get this particular little mission stashed away and paid off. Yep, we want more rep. We want all the rep.
Retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Nailed the landing, nailed the landing. So yeah, Also kind of excited for this weekend, going out and buying, granted, the rattle traps and clunkers and let's not bandy words, shit boxes, but we're buying some cars for the kids. So my oldest child can motor around and so forth, back and forth between Ballarat and here, and also so that he's got a better chance of actually getting some gainful employment while studying in Ballarat, because at the moment, these poor sod, there's nothing there for anybody that doesn't have a car, and even if you do have a car, the pickings are slim. And so we're just hoping that things work out well for us this coming weekend. So that, and buying a car for the youngest, so that again, he's got a better chance of getting a job and so forth around here, because out in the western suburbs of Melbourne, public transport is a nice idea. It fails miserably on the execution because, well, western suburbs of Melbourne generally safer Labor seats, so they get ignored by the coalition because it's just not worth their effort, time to do anything to make us happy, and generally ignored by the Labor Party because, hey, what are we going to do? Vote for the other guys? No. If we're marginal seats, then people pay attention to us, but the people around here,
Landing gear deployed.
they don't vote to serve their own interest. They're not big fans of strategic voting, so vote for a not unreasonable third party, then direct your preferences after that to who you'd actually want to have the vote if all else was given weight. And if primary vote collapses in a seat, then obviously the party that's looking to keep that seat, or at least looking to have it as their own, they do sit up and take notice. And I go the reputation there as well. Bear with me, I just got something stuck in my teeth. Okay, so back to the rest of the fleet.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
You really did not need to see what was going on there, so I thought I'd save you all from that. Better Sif. What's happening? Sif. My YouTube stream caught on. It appears to have caught on. Good.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Okay, go. and got distracted, and hey, what do you know, we've got another loop of shame for the day. Yay, that takes us up to 4, I think. Yeah, 4.
We look forward to receiving you at the station, Commander. Please follow docking procedures and enjoy your visit. Permission authorized. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2, neither. You are cleared for automated approach, Commander.
Now, let's see, what was that? That was Friday night, I think it was, where I had the armed the armed affrays and multiple murders and so forth that caused my notoriety to bump up to 10.
Landing gear deployed.
So that was... Sorry, I've just got a little bit distracted, that's all.
Touchdown confirmed. Clear to disembark.
Okay, so that was 20th of June, I thought I did all of that. Right. Okay, let's have a look, see what the mission board has to say. I'm going to try and see if there's something I can throw into my Type 8. Let's have a look. Transportation. Because you wouldn't be a trucker without them. Where's industry needs? Time to jump into... Oh, I haven't named it yet. Okay. Oh, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this thing. Let's have a look. So do I have any paint jobs for it? Chromatic cherry. I think that's... Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, got nothing there. Engine detailing, nothing there.
Ich grüße Sie, Kommandant. Dies ist Gerhard. Greetings, Command.
Okay, what am I going to call this? Okay, let's see. And sell some stuff here if I can. Nope, okay. And let's finish fixing this thing up. Okay, so what have we got here? We got, yeah, took everything there off. Point defense turret, heat sink launcher. That's up top. Five A, 3-day, 4-day. Yeah, definitely going to be able to see out them. Oh, jump range sucks. Oh well, here's what it is. Let's go. Right, keep going. Right, there we go. Let's get those delivery missions done and dusted quick as. Then we can look around with the expansion data querying.
Landing gear retracted.
Detach confirmed. You are clear to leave.
So that was... Go, 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 go.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Getting kids their cars. Shit boxes though they may be.
Now lifted. Safe travels, Commander.
4, 3, 2.
Now what is that up there? Oop, got an inbox item. Who the devil is Phantom Mind? Oh. Another elite dangerous. No, elite dangerous.
Fuel scooping.
Been around for a while.
Scoop disengaged.
Gonna have to check them out on Twitch. What do we got here? No. Okay, got distracted, but that's okay. I was distracted in a good cause. Oh, cool. Landing on a planet. Okay, so I'll chase up on that later. Okay, how am I going to be approaching this planet? Well, apart from that away. Where's the base? This side or that side? Yes, I know I'm stuck in a gravity well. I can feel it.
Orbital flight engaged.
Request approved. Assigned to landing pad 05. Clear for automated approach vectoring.
Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown. Deploying ground services.
Okay. This is fun. Ooh, oh, there's always room for materials. Okay, let's get that other one out of the way. This one's 2 jumps away. Okay, I can do that. That's no dramas.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints retracted. Clear for departure.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So, I wonder where we're going after this one. Is it going to be an orbital base? Is it going to be another planetary port? We'll know. We'll soon find out. I haven't got anybody chasing after us saying you are mine anymore. At the moment, shall we say?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. It's not the first time I've been here. I recognise that ridiculous name. Trevithick.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, I gotta read this to you. I'm just Okay, so create a human-readable accounting of the following journal file. Write it from the viewpoint of a grumpy shipboard engineer who has to try and keep things together while the pilot persists in making questionable decisions about how to live life and fly starships. Engineer's log, date 19 June. Complaint number 4117 and counting. Vessel, the Rabid Chihuahua, Kestrel Mark II registry. If anyone finds this data pad floating in the black, know that I tried. I really did. The commander, Will Ferrick as he likes to be called, is back at it. We logged in this morning at 0956 UTC. The first thing I had to do was calibrate the inventory sensors. The ship is practically a flying junkyard. We're hauling around 300 units of lead, 300 units of crystal shards, and a literal digital horde of garbage like distorted shield cycle recordings. I've told him 1,000 times, we don't need 290 typical disrupted wake echoes, Will Ferrick, but no, he collects them like shiny space pebbles. Let's talk about the Rabid Chihuahua. It's a miracle this bucket stays together in Super Cruise. He had Celine Jean slap heavy-duty reactive armor on a hull with 0 cargo capacity. He's got 3 giant fixed plasma shock autocannons up front, purple weapon and engine detailing, because of course we need to look pretty while breaking physics, and I swear I'm going to rip them down. Skull-shaped string lights in the cockpit. He also turned the ship Covus over to Eden. If I have to hear that AI's cheerful voice one more time while my thermal vents are screaming, I'm flashing myself out the airlock. Nat 0958, we undocked from Roche Observatory out in the Snoofe TB-WA111-0 Anarchy system. Naturally, he commands a 21 light year jump to Snoofe ZZ-EC 28-9. Every time we jump, Palin's overtuned dirty drag drives threaten to cook my internal wiring, but the pilot just hums along to whatever exploration music is pumping through his helmet. The second we drop into a new system, instead of flying straight like a sane person, he starts scanning random ships in Super Cruise. He locks onto an adder float by some expert named Dark Fader, and then a cobra named Ronan. Both are completely clean. He has over 9.4 billion credits in the bank, but he's still acting like a paranoid rookie, window shopping for trouble. Finally, at 10:01, he drops out of Super Cruise to dock at a fleet carrier called the Starsea Vagabond, X3K-92Y. Great, we can rest. I was wrong. He pulls up the shipyard registry. Look at this list of stored vessels. It's a psychological cry for help. The Eternal Drunkard, Sidewinder. The FA off L-Plater, Asphalt, Sweet Mother of Mercy, why? Angry Chihuahua, Cobra Mark 5. Another Impulse Spy, Mandalay, remotely stored. No Impulse Control, Cobra Mark 5, remotely stored. FOMO, The Last Impulse, Corsair, remotely stored. A Lapse in Judgment, Kestrel Mark 2, remotely stored. Poor Impulse Control, Python Mark 2, remotely stored. He has 26 ships and half of them are named after his complete inability to resist a shipyard sale. He has 66 insurance claims on record, meaning he has blown up 66 times. And look at his flight patterns. I'm entirely surprised that number isn't in the triple digits. He's currently sitting in the cockpit staring at the right transfer menu to ship another Poor Impulse. I'm going to go hide in the transit keys and drink some industrial cleaning alcohol. Engineering out. Oh, okay. AI is entertaining. AI is very entertaining. Oh, worth it. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yep. Right, final adjustment is done. Ooh, yes, please. Okay, so
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
okay, so avoid bouncing off the long pointy bit of the station. Just go, go, go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. So yeah, AI can be fun, especially if you throw random journal entries in it and see what it can come up with.
4, 3, 2.
I was hoping for. Oh, hello, Smoking Jackal. How you doing? Yep. So just building up factional reputation for the Hutton Truckers Cooperative because up until just a little while ago I was completely unaware that you actually had to be allied with a squadron, with a minor faction that you wanted to align your squadron with. So getting all of that out of the way, and then hopefully the confused squirrels will be fully open for business.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, and of course I'm flying around and I seem to have this thing for unarmed Type 8s that carry nothing but cargo. At least this one's got a shield on it, which is more than I can probably say for my other one. Yeah, at any rate, so just doing some dashing around courier missions at the moment because that's what they had available for somebody that wasn't carrying a large number of guns. And just hauling goods and hauling stuff. Oh, what's this one say? NPR landing, what's this? Time bonus, 15 minutes. Okay. Hold my beer. And there we go, catching on. So, Yeah, I stream pretty much every Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 10 a.m. To 1 p.m. Melbourne times. That's Melbourne in Australia, so it's, at the moment it's GMT plus 10. Obviously during daylight saving it's GMT plus 11. And because I'm switching over to night shift with my job at the moment, I'll be doing a Greybeard After Dark stream, probably involving, I don't know, random shenanigans, some mucking about, doing whatever seems to be a good idea at the time. And with a bit of luck, one of my squadron mates will be there as well to help liven things up and produce some additional commentary and perhaps the occasional insurance claim. We'll see how things go. And there we go. Right. Why did I completely ignore my boot? Because I'm so... Okay. Normally I would have boosted into this station and so well just to get landed a few seconds earlier, but I'm flying a Type 8 and thanks to my regular character being involved in a personal quest to collect one of every rare commodity in the galaxy, many of which do turn out to be contraband or illegal cargo in many systems, so I have to then play as nicely as I can with the laws of thermodynamics and so forth, and just keep myself as cool as possible to avoid being scanned while carrying ridiculous amounts of contraband. So yeah, I just fell into default there and just did not boost into the station. Okay, yeah, I'll take the red on that as well. Yes, we're allied. Okay, time to fix up the last little bit of the edit the squadron details. Supporting faction. Yay. There we go. Yay. So, we are officially open and got pretty much everything we've done. Yay, works. Where's he on? It's going to be behind us.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Most of these things done as quickly as possible. Then I might just do some engineering for so forth, because this poor little schmuck has got nothing. He's got blip, blot, goose egg. Sweet echo.
Drive charging.
So we'll get the data couriering missions out of the way. We'll take a quick break. Then we'll jump back into my Cobra Mark 5 and see what I can do about engineering things so that it doesn't suck quite as hard as it does at the moment. So obviously the first place we'll be going will be Felicity Farseed and Wormseed with the frameshift drive. The confused squirrels are a go.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Right, what's the message say? Time bonus, 3 hours 57 minutes. Oh, make it easy for me, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to loop a shame this one. Yay! I haven't done that in minutes. Absolute minutes. So let's go. Come on. Okay, come on, let's drop out as quick as we can. I've got stuff to do, things to drop off, frameshift drive to engineer. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, this time of day, at least as far as the rest of the world is concerned, what the cheerfully hostile human population, or player population, at Desiat's going to be like.
Docking request granted.
Cheerfully hostile player population. Of course, I'm talking about gankers. I haven't encountered too many of them in my years of playing this game, but I have to admit, find a better hobby. There's got to be better, more worthwhile things to do with your life and time and so forth, and hang around places like Felicity Farseed and do the equivalent of clubbing baby seals. Get good. And get out of your mother's basement, you neckbeard.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay, yeah, because I don't have the cargo capacity. Oh, actually, I do have the cargo capacity, just don't have the inclination. Let's keep going and see how things go.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Okay, for those of you watching, tell me in the chat, favourite ship, and why? For me, yeah, I don't use it that often, but I'm gonna have to go with the Diamondback Explorer. It is the first ship in Elite that I really totally enjoyed and tried doing for pretty much everything. So I've used it obviously for exploring and collecting all manner of biological samples and so forth, but tried my hand at bounty hunting with it, the occasional bit of Thargoid slapping, That was fun. This was before I got completely filled to the gills with engineering materials and so forth. So my time with the DBX as a Thargoid hunter, I was running a mostly unengineered build, and there is a couple of YouTube videos out there where one guy was running, doing a bit of a tutorial and so forth on how to run yourself a fairly successful DBX anti-Xeno ship with no engineering, and it handled itself quite well. Now, obviously, you weren't going to be, unless you're people maniacs like Commander Meccan, you're not going to be handling things like Cyclops and the like. But you'd be doing well and so forth, and putting the SPAC down on various targets. But if you're going for a larger target, obviously you'd want to have friends with you to help with the dying. Favourite ship at the moment, just because it is ridiculously overpowered, and I'm a crap combat pilot, is the Kestrel Mark II. I like just being able to hot orbit various NPCs in that thing with, and try and learn how to fly with flight assist off, and generally not die, surprisingly enough. So that's always fun. And what else is... Yeah, for me, the Sidewinder just gives up fond memories of Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, so I've got one. Don't think we're flying it again anytime soon. Not after all the time I spent just stuck in a Sidewinder with Christmas lights. Oh, Smoking Jackal, been playing since... if we're talking Elite Dangerous, the current game, I've been playing it since around about 2017 or thereabouts. I know I got access to the Cobra Mark IV because I bought into the Horizons expansion pack when it first came out. So I can't remember when that first came out. But as for playing Elite itself, I remember starting off with the original Elite on an Apple II Euro Plus PC back in 1984. So, yep, that was fun. Playing that at Collingwood Public Library on their Apple II. And because, sad to say, being on the very end of a rather long logistics train and so forth, and so stuff like computer software when it came to Australia, well, exchange rate then was not the greatest. Hey, a bit like today, really. But also shipping and so forth was an added expense to sending stuff off to quote one of our former prime ministers, the arse end of nowhere. So we, all of those extra shipping costs and so forth got turned into what was called the Australia tax, and that was for pretty much anything and everything that got shipped in from overseas. And so stuff like software was expensive, which meant that sort of like buying your software at the time was a luxury for people that actually had money, whereas the rest of us, we just had to contend with copying software and not realizing that we were breaking intellectual property law. Well, which 14-year-old knows about that sort of thing? Which 14-year-old back in 1984 knew about that sort of thing? No, I didn't. I didn't at all. So, yeah, so I've been playing the game since 84. As you can see, lots of grey here and there. Well, it's there, such it is as it is. And how long have you been playing, Jackal? Oh, hello, MJ. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, so Smoking Jackal, how long have you been playing, and what's your favourite ship, and let us know why. I'm interested in this sort of thing. Why am I flying out of this station on manual? I suppose it's something to do. Okay, now we're going to bounce on here. Yep, so let's not do that. So it's 38 past the hour. Might go for a quick little refreshment break. Oh, hang on, let's play for pretty new player? Welcome to the grind. So let's see. So when it first came out on Steam, so not many weeks ago. If you were after just a little bit of a helpful hint and so forth, don't get caught up in the various grinds and so forth. So I've been playing, like I said, new message, what's this one? So it's just a time bonus and 34 minutes. Watch me. Yeah, so don't get fixated on trying to win the game. The sooner you realise that there is no winning end condition and so forth, and you just do what you want to do, not what other people say you have to do in order to win the game. End of quote. The happier you will be. You know, if you want that shiny anaconda at the end of the rainbow, by all means go for it, but don't think in any way, shape, or form that it is quote winning the game. Ah, yes, you're going to have a very long and enjoyable time of playing Elite once you get off the hamster wheel. So, I just started streaming earlier this year because I was just chasing that squirrel. And I go, oh yeah, the squirrel wants me to stream now. Okay, so bought myself a newer webcam because the one I had was kind of suckage. Whereas this Lenovo jobby, no, not Logitech jobby rather, seems to do the job rather nicely. Even bought some virtual camera software for the princely sum of $100 to do the image processing and strip the background out of a thing and so forth, so that you don't see the hideous wall behind me. Because one of the people who used to live here painted the wall a pale purple, and after they moved out, just haven't had the time, the inclination, or the energy really to just change it around and paint it again. Because it seems to be that in this house I get lumbered with all the jobs of painting and so forth. My middle child paints miniatures for Warhammer, and I seem to paint walls. Thank you, Autodoc. I can be lazy. That is one of my mantras in the gameplay, is just, minimal effort. I'm not like Deadpool. Now, let's see. Oh no, I can't bring it up.
Landing gear deployed.
All of my ranks in the Empire and the Federation have all been accidental. I've just been, oh, really? There's a promotion mission ahead of me? Cool, let's do it.
Docking successful.
So,
Engines
I come, what is my, where to find it? That's not what I'm looking for. Nope. Ah, here we are. Of course, it's in here. Oh, this is Of course, this is my alt, so of course it's absolutely nothing. No, with my main character, yeah, it's just been confused rambling from point A to point Z via point B. Frequently point B, which is, you know, somewhere which has just got my attention and gone, oh, shiny. Let's max out that reputation bar. Okay, maxed it out. Okay. What am I looking for now? Oh, that's right, yeah. After this. So yeah, I've just completely ignored the main gameplay loops for the most part. I did some fairly intense bit of colonization. I did which Commodore? Commodore 64 or Commodore Amiga? That's the first home computer I ever bought myself. Was Commodore A600, and came with a what a special bundle deal. So it was the 600 and the 1084. Oh, 64, nice. The Commodore Amiga and the monitor itself, which was a 1084S. I remember all of these things. Cost me the grand total of $999. I bought that on a credit card and spent the next God knows how many years paying it off in full. We'll never know. Green screens. I bet that made playing games fun. Especially stuff like Impossible Mission. Oh, no, Impossible Mission wouldn't have been so bad. I know that a friend of mine had an Apple II and was using a green screen on that for a while, and oh my god. To say it wasn't good would be an understatement. It really would. But he didn't really use it for playing games so much as writing illegal poker machine programs. So back in the 80s and so forth, various video game parlors would have lines of Apple II knockoffs, things like the Pineapple II or the Wombat. I kid you not about that one. They used to have an Apple II clone called the Wombat, and he used to write the poker programs that were running on it for the purposes of unregulated gambling. So he was responsible for that, and the people that hired him, it was very, very sus. Every payday he'd be paid in 50-cent coins, and lots of them. So nothing. Taxes were not mentioned in the pay packet. Very much under the counter and so forth, but they liked his work, and he got a reputation for providing quality programming without any sort of backdoors or anything like that. So he was, as far as dodgy software was concerned, he was an honest programmer. I miss you silly old bugger. No. One of those hereditary neurological conditions which kill you slowly and ugly. You deserve better. generally speaking, people that who get that disease don't deserve it, but he was one of the ones who generally did not deserve or need that sort of thing in his life, and thankfully he was able to live out his life on his terms, and he found real happiness at the end. Oh my, no, I wish I did. I wish I did. I upgraded from a 600 to a 1200. Decked that out with some optional extras, including a high-speed serial port and so forth, which plugged. What was it? Plugged into the clock port or something like that. Yeah, basically, so jiggery-pokery was involved and so forth. My 1200 could comfortably handle the speeds of the 56k modem with that falling over in a screaming heap. And so that was at a 1230 accelerator card and at 8 megabytes. Yes, 8 megabytes of fast RAM attached to it as well. So it was, as far as things went, it was fairly well kitted out. And eventually had to sell that just because, at the time, with a young family, needed the money. So, and then a couple of years after that, got an Amiga 1, a G3 600 based power PC version of the Amiga, and my oldest child, he was young, very, very young. Let's see, he basically, the Amiga 1 didn't come out with Amiga OS for it right off the bat, so it was running a version of Yellow Dog Linux. And my eldest child, when he was in daycare, he went to school. He went to daycare one day and says, "My dad's got a new computer. It makes him swear a lot." So, and well, it did. Not going to lie, it did make me swear more than a little bit at times because, Linux back then, it was usable and so forth. It had a nice little GUI front end and everything like that. But, the online resources to help you from not nuking your system with random command codes and stuff like that, they really didn't exist. So more than once I nuked my system accidentally and had to rebuild from scratch, including, patching things from the ground up so that things would work. It was a trial. Eventually I learned to stop blowing up my Linux distribution and found that the easiest and quickest method of doing that was just to install OS 4.1 on it, which I did. And then a little while after that, wasn't using it all that much. Again, parental duties and stuff like that got in the way, and so that too was sold off to a person who made better use of it than I could. And now my Amiga days are basically there with Amiga forever. And happy day on the weekend, I found the CDR that my 1200 system drive and data drive had been copied across to. So I'm now rocking my recreation of my A1200 from 25 years or more ago. So the nostalgia-fueled retro engine is rocketing off quite nicely there. Have I been here? Okay. Obi-Veer, nice to see you. I'm Obi-Veer. Thanks for the follow. Yeah. So tonight, during my switch over to night shifts and so forth, I work from home. Pretty much pretty much every work day of the week, I'm working from home for a major Australian bank as an internet banking fraud analyst. And our team has the really, really civilized workplace policy of if your shift ends after 8 p.m. at night, you can work from home. And seeing as my shifts start either at 3 p.m. or 11 p.m., going into the office and so forth for me is occasions very few and far between. The last time I was actually in the office was April for 2 days of in-person training for our new systems that we're currently parallel running at the moment, and before that, I was in the office once in October to drop off my old work laptop, and then before that it was August to pick up my new work laptop, and then there was just a period of time where I had 2 work laptops with me because I needed to use one while the other one was fully imaging up and getting all the software I needed installed across remotely. And yeah, so there. So my rush hour traffic is avoiding stepping on 2 golden retrievers that insist on lying on the ground right there in front of you. At the very earliest opportunity. So yeah, nice dogs, but absolute landmines. And what do you do there, Smoking Jackal? Okay, where am I? Okay. There we go. I have to say I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. And I love my job. I love my job because I get to be professionally unpleasant to people at 3 in the morning. And by professionally unpleasant, that means finding the dodgy banking profiles they've created, locking them down tightly. Oh, okay. Building automation of PLC program, nice. Yeah, so I find the dodgy profiles, I lock them down. I find all the dodgy profiles that are related to them, I lock those down too. Trying my best to stop people from being ripped off online, and if they do get ripped off, I try and get the money back. Yeah. And obviously I sometimes have to phone people up at 3, 4, or otherwise, oh God, what time is it in the morning? To let them know that our security system is having a connective shit fit. What the hell's wrong with what the hell's the story behind this particular transfer? I ask that sort of thing in a far more diplomatic turn of phrase though. I asked them very, very politely, why is somebody from Nigeria logging into your internet banking profile? Have you been sharing your credentials? I'm saying no. Oh, you've got a wolfhound. You lucky sod you. Oh, I've wanted a wolfhound for a donkey's age. I really have. I'm 6'6", so I like a dog that appears to be normal sized next to me. Also that I appear to be normal sized next to it. So yeah, having an absolute ball of a time with my golden retrievers. We recently had a litter of 11 puppies while his breeder registered and so forth. So you know, all the proper paperwork and so forth gets done. Stuff like that. No backyard breeding or unethical, dodgy stuff like that. But yeah, so we had 11 puppies in one litter. I've got to say, it was a lot of fun. But when they started eating solid food, oh my God, so much poop. Yeah, don't see that many wolfhounds and so forth. And not going to lie, you know, the idea of owning one is fairly intimidating. Oh, okay. For a bit of a long flight and overcharge. Watch me overheat and turn into a flying charcoal briquette that is on fire. Anyway, so yeah, where other dog owners would have, you know, a doggy door and so forth, wolfhound owners just have a door.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Okay. Oh yeah, the lifespan would probably be
Warning.
8 years, if that. Okay, let's stop cooking our ship, shall we? Right, let's go. So yeah, there's some. Okay, let's keep going. Time to cook the ship one more time. Playing with HOSAS. We've got dual VKB gladiators. The right stick's upright, the left stick is an omni throttle configuration.
Warning. Temperature critical.
And bear with me a moment, just trying to nail this. Go. Yep, so HOSAS. For the longest time there, I had my left stick configured just to be a throttle, and I had all my thruster controls on an analog stick on my right stick. But then I decided to bite the bullet and decide, yep, I am going to go with HOSAS. I am going to use thrust controls on my left stick, or thrusters on my left stick and so forth, and the gaining control has been well worth it. Definitely well worth it. The only thing obviously is thrusting up and down while I've... Oh, yeah. Yep, so VKB Gladiators, I go to the Australian store on a periodic basis. I go there just to see what's on offer, and I cry because... to be honest, I don't know if I need anything more than just the dual sticks. I mean, maybe I could, I don't know, get a foot pedal thing for pitch and yaw. I mean, for yaw rather, but just using the twist on the right stick does that for me nicely enough. You know, and thrusting up and down, well, that's the stick control, the twist control rather, on the left stick. Little bit heavy-handed on that, trying to get some fine motor control there, so that I'm not yeeting myself up and down. But yeah, VKB, best bang for the buck, I reckon. I mean, I hear Wing is nice, but obviously by the same token, they don't have a dedicated Australian storefront, whereas VKB does. So I went with them for local sales support and for the quality of it all. I have absolutely no complaints at all about. Well, I do have one complaint. I can only use 2 sticks at a time. But that's evolution right there. Not their fault. It's them. VKB's working with what they got, and they're generally working with people that only have 2 hands maximum. Why am I hanging around out the front? I thought I told you to
Docking
dock.
request denied.
Oh, because right. That's rude. I am expressly forbidden from building a sim pit. I can see why though, because
Docking request granted.
partly the desk I use is well, I got 2 27-inch monitors here in front of me. No, they're not curved, they're just flat. 2 flat monitors, but in front of that I've also got my work laptop that's there and hooked up to both of them as well. So I
Landing gear
really would need to do some serious tinkering and bashing and so forth, and probably get different monitors and more monitors and so forth to get into a sim pit. But I'm happy with what I got.
Docking successful.
Maybe I'll get myself another VR headset and jump down that rabbit hole again. Okay, let's get this machine soon. Oh, yes please. Always room for mats. Okay, how many more have we got? We've got 2 more. And okay, so we're in the last hour. I'm going to take a quick little break here because my back teeth are floating. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Okay, back again and so much more comfortable. Okay, so yeah, we're just talking about dogs and so forth, so yeah, so yeah, I'm used to run HCS voice packs, but obviously if you're streaming, then about the only thing you can really do with them is just have them playing on in the background and being a reaction to various in-game triggers and so forth that take place. But if I'm jumping into AI again, well, not AI, VR again rather, I may have to. I've got most of my controls mapped to my 2 sticks, but I don't know if I'd be using my HCS voice packs for what they're really intended for. I'm likely just to keep using them for in-cockpit company, in-game voices and so forth, and leave it from there and just have the microphone reactivity for voice attack turned off. Speaking of AI, I know that Robovacs are not supposed to be self-aware or anything like that, but we've got 2 golden retrievers, and when we were talking about perhaps getting a 3rd golden retriever, a couple of hours afterwards I did find my Robovac like in the corner making sad beeping noises. I'm pretty sure it was having an existential crisis. Okay, let's go.
Shift drive charging.
So, as for what's happening, speaking of golden retrievers, after this stream is finished, I'm going to be living the glamorous life of a dog owner, and I'm going to be vacuuming up so much dog hair. Robo dog. So, so Nova is shedding her fur during regular post-whelping shed, so there is golden retriever hair absolutely everywhere. Like seriously, we sweep up everything and so forth, and it's like, I could stick an Allen key next to it and say, hey, it's the IKEA build your own golden retriever pack.
Frameshift drive charging.
Don't know if I actually honked this system or not. We'll honk it just to make sure. Well, that was boring. That's not an extra sweater, that's dog hair. Just saying. And, the dogs, the 2 that we've got are the reason that we can't wear black anymore. Because golden retriever hair just shows up like nothing else. We make jokes that we can't, we're no longer allowed to visit Brunswick in Melbourne because we just don't wear them. And yep, I pretty much nailed that disengagement. Okay, time bonus 51 minutes. Oh. Come on. I'm looking forward to the new update that's coming out, because apparently maybe seeing as with the write-up that the Kestrel got when it was released and how it was going to be used by Federation security forces, maybe that means that we'll finally see the introduction of the SCO capable ships in the NPC fleet, and I kind of would like to see that, because there's only so many times you can blow up the same sort of Anaconda and so forth without it getting a bit same. I'd like to blow up a Python Mark II, for example, in a Hazrat. Well, a Python Mark II that's being flown by one of my friends. I'm going to bounce right off that.
Orbital flight engaged.
Just squeaked that in. Put a saddle on the Wolfhound and ride it. Nobody's going to stop you. But seriously, we're going car shopping as well for the kids on the weekend. So, eldest child, we're buying him a car so he can make it to and from Ballarat University in Ballarat, and then come visit us on weekends and stuff like that without us having to haul ass over there and grab him. And getting a car for our youngest. They're both going to be absolute beaters. Absolute little shit boxes and so forth. So Toyota Corolla or a Toyota Camry or something like that, because those things will survive a nuclear war, we're pretty sure. But we're looking at getting an electric vehicle as well, and just the ergonomics of having of it all there is interesting, because we've got me, 6'6", got all three of my kids. So if we decide to do a family trip together and so forth, then we've all got to fit in the car. We'll take more than one car. And if we all fit in the car, well, my boys are like me. They're over 6 foot, well, over 6 foot in every case, and they're chunky, they're broad-shouldered. And let's not mince words. Weight is a problem with two of them, because my wife is an amazing cook. Oh, the EVA we're looking at what is it? The Hyundai. Hang on, trying to remember it. It's the Hyundai Alexis, the Kia EV5, or the Geely EZ5 or EX5 or something. Yeah, EX5. So looked at the Hyundai and the Kia first, and I'm going, oh man, this is a toin cost. This really is a toin cost. Then looked at the Geely as well, and I went, yep, it's now a three-way fight. They're all very much much of a muchness. They've all got, why am I launching? There's nothing really to differentiate them all. They're all really, really good looking cars and so forth, and they definitely have good and bad points for all of them. But as far as bang for the buck and so forth, they're all really, really good. And we'll just have to take myself, the wife, and at least one offspring along for fitting purposes, and just see how things go. I mean, but the only thing that we really do need is just the ergonomic side, and if anything and everything else after that is just a bonus. And the bonus features, well, all of the cars have got their own specific bonus features. The Kia has got USB charging ports absolutely everywhere. including behind, on the back of the driver's seat and on the back of the front passenger seat. So people that are sitting in the back seat don't have to hunt around looking for charging ports in weird and wacky places. They're right there, pretty much at eye level. The gearly in the boot or the trunk. Got the floor space there, but you lift up the floor panel, and there's a further storage down below, which the bloke at the dealership said was basically the party bucket. You know, he puts an esky in there, a chiller, or an icebox, and so forth, and puts the party beers in that. Okay, let's drop things off, and the Hyundai again is very, very comfy, you know, and again it was slightly better from an ergonomics point of view as far as the front driver's seat is concerned. I don't have to crane forward to look up and see what the traffic lights overhead are doing. But yeah, they're all much of a muchness. The Geely is $10,000 cheaper than the other two, but the other two are not bad either. Fuel up. Yeah, so that was, that's what we're doing for the rest of the month before the end of the financial year. And then after that, well, I've got some leave from work, just a couple of days here and there, and then in October, we're heading off to Nepal. Nice. Yeah, like we were going for an EV for the same reason. Economically, it just makes sense, especially since that, well, we've got solar power on the roof. So solar power on the roof, we've got a solar powered battery in the garage, and in the next few months, we're going to be the entire state's going to be getting free power between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. just because there is so much solar power being generated from all of these home-based systems that they need to offload it somehow, and giving households free power to otherwise do as they will, turning it to a viable option. So yeah, we're winning on that score. And of course, what am I doing? I wanted to hit the Super Cruise overcharge, not my drop out of Super Cruise. But yeah, yep. Let me just see if I can't find. Posting a link into the chat now. So this is what happens when you live in a state where solar electricity is on a large number of the household roofs and so forth, like the estate that we live in. Yeah, it's pretty much every household's got either solar hot water or solar electricity, or frequently both, sitting up on top of their roof. And it works well for me because I work from home, and generally speaking, my work days either start at 3 p.m. or or I'm heading off to bed about that time after the night on the night shift. Yeah, so I'll just I'll get things all sorted and ready to go to you know, get the clothing washed, get the dishes done, put stuff in the oven for the heating and stuff like that. You know, just generally getting stuff done and dusted, and carry on from there. And then either go to work or go to bed. And all do it all for the princely sum of 0 cost and the electricity to do so. Yeah, and that 3 hours of free power each day is generally down to the fact that, well, hey, it's all about load balancing and load shedding.
Incoming mission critical message.
Of course there is.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
And no loop of shame this time. The internet's not that bad anymore. Well, you know, back in there behind our NBN there is a tail. So back in 2010, 2013, the government of the day went to the Australian people and said, hey, we're going to, 2010, we're going to lay out a national broadband network. It's going to be 98% plus percent of the population is going to have fibre to the home, fibre to the premises. Everyone else is going to have a mixture of high-speed wireless and satellite. And we're going to completely replace the copper phone network and ADSL and so forth with fibre optic and future-proof our system as much as is possible. And that went into the 2010 election. Things started being constructed and so forth, and then 2013 rolled around and the government of the day lost power to the Liberal Party National Party coalition. And the coalition, if you don't know Australian politics all that well, they're even more beholden to Rupert Murdoch's News Corporation than anybody would think would be otherwise reasonable or acceptable. And so, in order to protect Rupert... Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay, I'm not going to get that 2 minutes. Oh, nice. And so, the Liberal Party, the Liberal Party coalition basically went into the election with doing what was called a mixed mode delivery, and it was the slogan of cheaper and sooner. So instead of fibre to the premises, they're going to have fibre to the node, and the last little bit between the fibre node and the premises would be covered by the existing copper network. And so, yeah, there it is. It's cheaper and sooner, end quote. Not really. Spoiler. And they said they were going to do it for approximately half the cost. And like I said, this is also that. So it was a mixed mode delivery. So there was fibre, there was high frequency coaxial cable, and there was copper and so forth, and the HFC. That's where our cable television systems were popped in through, including Foxtel, 50% owned by one of our telecommunication companies, and 50% owned by News Corporation, Mr. Rupert Murdoch. And Foxtel was losing money hand over fist. Bear with me a moment. Nope, it's gone now. Losing money hand over fist to the upcoming juggernaut that was online streaming. And so, yeah, the mixed mode came out and completely torched what was going to be a fairly simple and robust system. So it was a patchwork of kludges and mismatching networks and so forth that needed various interconnects and so forth in order to be able to speak to each other. And it was just turned into complete and utter tripe. It really did. Strangely enough, though, once Foxtel got their streaming platforms and streaming offerings underway and up to an acceptable level of service, well, hey, eligible customers on the existing NBN network that didn't have a fibre connection, they could get themselves a free fibre upgrade. So they'd be fully fibre to the premises and so forth and be able to experience, gigabit and beyond NBN connections. Just in time to sign up for for News Corporation streaming services here in Australia at a low, low price of I'm not paying you, you fossilised old git. So to say that Rupert Murdoch is a cancer on democracy is an insult to cancerous tumours everywhere. The best thing he can do and the most meaningful contribution he can make to the environment is die and become compost. Now, where's the mute button on all of this? Sorry, I just need to... I hope you didn't have to hear that. Certainly don't need you to hear that. It was just horrible. I think I'm allergic to dog fur, which is ironic because, like I said, we've got 2 dogs. We've also got 2 cats. Well, they say that the good die young. He's probably going to outlive the heat death of the universe. He's so friggin' evil. Okay, so... let's see. I think it's time for a quick trip off to pick up my Cobra and then pick up some engineering. Oh, hang on. I spotted that. What was that? Do I want to grind? What is this? Yeah. No, I'm in something that's not gunned. Yeah, so I'm going to avoid that. Bye now. Okay, so getting I'm pretty sure he's got an island of his own with people strapped to beds, and they're just draining blood from them and just hooking it into his vampiric carcass. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have to admit, my main character, I have a goodly amount of arcs already squirreled away, and once the Nomad comes available for early access, I am going to go the full hog, and I'm gonna get the galactic version. Just like I've got top of the line of everything else that was available and so forth, because shiny.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they did. I was a bit surprised when they only had it restricted to the Caspian, the Type 11, and what was it, the Panther? How to lose friends and alienate people? Come on! I mean, it's luckily they backpedaled fast on that one as well, so it's like the Dodec station kerfuffle all over again. So you just got to ask, when are they going to start reading the room properly? They know what their player base is like. And they know that if they start playing exclusionary tactics and so, it's going to blow up in their face. And the distinction between the Mark I and the Mark II vessel bay and so forth, that makes sense. It's not an unreasonable it's not unreasonable to put in place. Yeah, precisely. They were looking for a crisis to manage, and so they had to make one. It's going to be good to get back into something with some maneuverability behind it. This thing is wicked slow. Well, lumbering. Not like a Panther Clipper, but still, yeah, it's not nimble. Okay, so 25 minutes left on the stream. Then I have vacuuming. So much time. Then I've got to pick up the other vacuum cleaner. Yes, we run 2 vacuum cleaners in this house, one named after each of the dogs. Flora's vac, Nova's vac. And Nova's vac is currently in the shop being repaired because apparently it tried to lose the will to live and die. I don't know. I think they'd be shooting themselves in the foot if they did something like that, unless they released 2 ships simultaneously. One for the Imperial grind and one for the Fed grind. But even then, that kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, maybe for regular credits and so forth, maybe pop it behind a Fed wall or an Imperial wall. But the early access, well, they get it early and they don't have to go for the grind. But I can see people screaming even louder about pay to win. So I think they've got a right balance with just leaving things with the early access as it is. I don't know if they're going to put anything up behind some form of grind wall. Yeah. Well, it does make sense. Obviously, for a live service game, they don't have an annual subscription fee or anything like that, so they've got to get an ongoing revenue stream somehow. And just relying on ARCs for cosmetics and so forth wasn't really a viable option for them. They did have to go in and try and work out some other way of driving ARC's purchase. So I can understand why they did what they did, and to be honest, I agree with it. Just because it was one of those things they needed to do as a soft preservation mechanism. Otherwise, I reckon if they didn't introduce the ARCs funded early access, I don't think we'd be playing this game today. I think, or if we did, it'd be like, it'd be very much like a soon-to-be shuttered game, or just in drifty maintenance mode. And as for Alliance ranking and so forth, I don't know if that really fits the ethos behind the Alliance as a whole. The Federation, the Emperor, and the Empire and so forth have got their story behind it, their backstory and so forth. So it's very hierarchical, whereas the Alliance appears to be a loose affiliation of independently minded sods who've got better things to do than to mess about with all of that annoying politics bullshit. Oh, that's my second profanity of the stream. Maybe the third. I'm gonna get demonetized. Which would be amusing, considering they'd have to monetize me first so they can take it away. Okay, let's go.
Drive charging. You have left the no-fire zone. Flight control out.
I have no idea what sort of materials I have on board. Not even too sure if I can. If I can do any engineering. I hope I can. I have no idea if I can. May have to load up an SRV or something into this thing and go out materials grinding. Oh, yeah. It is a legacy system, at least as far as that. That being said, my friend Min, he absolutely loves his Imperial cutter. He thinks it's the best thing since deep-fried wombat fritters. And the Corvette is one hideously beweaponed beast. I would not want to be on the business end of one of those in anything less than a Kestrel.
Shift drive charging.
The only reason why I can do the Kestrel is for me is because I'll be able to permanently hang around in the guy's blind spot and just chew on his ass until he dies.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, so my main character has got the Kestrel, and it's also got an engineered Cobra Mark V. I call the Cobra Mark V the Angry Chihuahua, and that's my power play ship. So if I'm doing power play missions or stuff like that, or I'm moving medium power play commodities and so forth, I'll do it in that. And if I'm going out for the express purpose of mayhem and murder, the Kestrel will become available for credits. I would suggest we're coming close to the end of the early access period for the Kestrel. So, generally speaking, early access periods are anywhere between 3 and 4 months long, and after that they drop into general access, and you can buy them for credits. And yeah, so my Kestrel, I call that one the Rabid Chihuahua, and that's if I'm going out with violence on my mind. So it's got fully engineered dirty thrusters on that thing. It's got the Plasma Mark II shock cannons, which are pre-engineered for plasma slugs and so forth. So you don't need to worry about ammunition or stuff like that. You just, if you want more ammunition, buy a bigger fuel tank. Plasma slugs are awesome. So my Kestrel Mark II, I've got that. So the shock cannons in all the large hard points, and elsewhere I've got long-range beam lasers with thermal venting, just to get rid of the heat. Just to get rid of the heat that you build up from firing off a god-awful amount of shock cannons and so forth. They do build up the heat. So you need the thermal vents to get rid of it and so forth, and give it to a friend, or in this case, the person you're shooting at. And when with both of the Chihuahuas, the angry one and the rabid one, I fly into combat screaming, "Blood for the blood dog." And obviously, when I'm playing with friends in my informal squadron and so forth, whenever I do score a kill, it's over the group chat is bark, bark, bark. Yeah, so they're my middle kid's flying the Anaconda, and my friend Min, he's playing the Imperial Clipper, and I'm in a really small ship and racking up body counts faster than they can. Civil rest is reported in the Desiat system. Absolutely, I love my smaller ships. For any sort of combat, I don't have the patience or the situational awareness required for a large spread of weapons and so forth. So, combat's just simpler from a point of view of attention span and so forth, and of course the maneuverability is just so much fun. I mean, when you get a chance, Kestrel Mark II, grade 5 dirty drives with drag as the experimental effect, drag drives as an experimental effect, then muck about with boost. And it earns the title of Vomit Comet. Yeah, the Vulture's good. The Vulture is like that too, but for sheer overpowered combat monster, the Kestrel is just fun. It is so much fun. It should be illegal. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay, we should be good. I was afraid I'm going to bounce off the atmosphere or turn into a brand new crater. You know, so ships have, all the ships have their own little strengths and so forth. Yeah.
Access
Yeah, when it
granted.
comes, yeah, I
Proceed to
don't blame you for wanting to
landing
just spend
at
credits on it at this stage. When it comes to new ships and so forth, I am an impatient toddler and I want it now. I want it all now. So that's why. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. But like I said, I am an impatient toddler. Oh, that is such a pretty view. It is remarkable to think that the underlying engine for this game is like 10 years old or something, and it's still producing views like that. That's wonderful. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's go spend some mats.
Touchdown complete. Engaging ship restraints. Your arrival has been noted.
Whoops. Whoopsie-daisy. I stuffed up. Experimental effect. What do I need for eccentric hyperspace? Okay, so that's nuts. Right, huh? Ooh. Oh, give it a whirl. Let's see what it gets me. So I need one more strange wake solution. Engines, thrusters. Yeah, take that. Yeah. I haven't tried Star Citizen. I've got a friend that keeps pestering me into playing it and so forth. He says it's, you know, is really, really good, and it is. It's same but different, I suppose you could say. He says that you don't have to buy into all of the stuff in order to have a good game experience from it. What are we doing here? Okay, we can't do that one. Right. Power plants. Yeah, what a good do there. Yeah, because I'm going to be weapon this thing pretty much. Okay, generate that. So yeah, so next time it goes free to play or something like that for a weekend, or you know, I'll give it a whirl, I reckon. So. No, I don't have enough on. All right, what did mechanical script for one engine? Reset the desktop. reset the desktop, or exit the desktop rather, and then jump back into the game. Once you jump into the game, provided you don't have you haven't run out of time on the countdown timer for not moving, you should be outside the station. Right. Okay, so what am I going to do now? Because I've got just a few minutes left. I suppose I could fly back to where I've got the rest of my ships. Hang on, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump out to the home digs of my main character. Seven jumps away. Because that area there is also Hutton orbital space. I ought to know I've actually made that happen.
Ship restraints disengaged. Commence departure.
Yep, so here we are. I think we've only got one or two ranks of dirty drives, and we're already getting boost speeds well above
Disengaging automated flight control.
550.
Safe travels, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, the engineering payoff on this is just worth it. You know, just from the initial point of view, it's just so good.
4, 3, 2.
Yep, so oh, gotta finish building that outpost on that station as well. I'm going to do that tonight with my main.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, keeping the jumps going. 6 more jumps to go. Yeah, Felicity Farseer only goes as high as grade 3, while Felicity Farseer is at least as far as my old character here is concerned, only has access to 1 engineer. So I've been very, very neglectful of Greybeard's emotional and engineering needs for years now. Really, only since I've started streaming and gave him a name change from what he was to Greybeard Gamerdad that I've actually semi-regularly played him. So yeah, I've got to pick up the engineering. I won't call it a grind, we'll just call it an exercise. The engineering exercise to get further engineer access. So it's on my to-do list, but it's on my I'll get there eventually list, because obviously I avoid grinding myself into oblivion, because if I do, well, I'm going to stop playing the game, and I don't want to do that.
4, 3, 2.
Ooh, tummy rumbles. Metformin is working.
Frameshift drive charging.
There are not a lot of weird loopholes that I can think of in Elite Dangerous. I'm trying to think of some. Nope. Not thinking of one at all. Yep, got that. Okay, many jumps. I've got 3 jumps. I should have fuel reserves to make it there.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, while my character, my commander here may be the leader of the squadron, he's going to be looking to the other people for money bags to be able to buy the squadron carrier, because, you know, he's a church mouse. He's got, what, 402 million in credits? Yeah, that's not enough to even think about the deposit of a fleet carrier, much less a squadron carrier. Going to have to rely on the kindness of strangers.
4, 3, 2.
Oh goodness, some random fuel scoping before we jump into the main system here.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So we're coming up on the end. We've got yep. So once we dock, we will be calling it a day as far, well, a shift, shall we say, on today's streaming. We'll be looking at returning sometime 12 hours-ish, give or take from now, where we will be streaming after dark in the midnight hour and so forth. So I would call it, what, the graveyard shift. And we'll see you all again then. Trying to work out what I'll be doing tonight. Maybe doing some heavy-duty hauling to get the last of my outpost built. And that's definitely going to involve moving a small moon one chunk at a time. Stuck that landing nicely. Very, very true. Okay. So let's get this thing going.
DeLacy, Golf, Romeo, Echo. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
Still trying to get the hang of working out where the hell I am with the Dodak station. So I have no idea where the docking port is on this thing. Where's the toast rack? Come on. Bonus points to whoever spots the toast rack first. Nope, that's not it. Okay, giving up now.
Access authorized. Clear to land at docking bay 01.
And thanks for your company today, Smoke and Jackal. So I'm about to step away from the PC, and remember, when you're away from the PC and interacting with the real world, don't do what I do, because that would be terribly, terribly boring and dull. And I will see you all again tonight. Although the end screen is saying the next stream is on Friday. It lies. I will see you all again later.